A rose for Dennis. On the island of Sodor, all the engines like to do their work properly. Gordon pulls the express, Henry takes the flying kipper, and Thomas works on his branch line. But there is one engine who would prefer to do no work at all. Dennis is a very lazy diesel. All he wants to do is rest in the shed. Whenever he is asked to actually do work, he always has an excuse.
Sorry, I'm out of fuel, so I'm afraid I can't shunt those trucks.
Huh, typical.
Dennis's laziness can cause confusion and delay, so the Fact Controller decided to give Dennis some help. Rosie was shunting some trucks near Crosby when the Fact Controller pulled up.
Good morning, Rosie.
Morning, sir. What can I do for you?
Rosie, I need you to help Dennis shunt some trucks and coaches in the yard for the big engines. He seems to be struggling with even the simplest of tasks.
Of course, sir. I'll get right to it.
And Rosie puffed away to find Dennis in the yard. Rosie puffed into the yards and saw it was in quite a mess. Trucks were in the wrong sidings and no work was getting done. Up ahead, she saw Dennis in a siding, doing absolutely nothing.
Get those wheels moving, Dennis. We got a yard to shunt.
Sorry, Rosie. I'm having some engine troubles.
Really? What kind of troubles?
Well, it's a diesel-specific problem, so you steam engines wouldn't understand.
Fine. We can take turns. You can get the workmen to look at your engine while I do the morning shunting. But then you'll handle all the shunting from 12 to 4. Understood?
Yes, Rosie.
Rosie worked hard in the yard, biffing and bashing trucks around and organizing trains. She liked it, but it was a lot of work.
Aye, thank you, Rosie.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I did not consent to this. Get your buffers off me.
Soon, Rosie had organized the whole yard. The clock was approaching 12, but Dennis was still in the same siding with no sign of workmen repairing him. Rosie grew cross and was about to confront Dennis when the Fact Controller walked up.
Rosie, I see you've done an excellent job shunting trains in the yard.
Thank you, sir.
Isn't Dennis going to help?
We are taking turns shunting. It's supposed to be his turn to shunt at noon.
Great. That leaves you free to take a train of empty trucks to Farquhar Quarry while Dennis shunts trucks here. Thomas will be waiting for you.
Yes, sure.
Said Rosie, but she was worried about Dennis. I'm telling you, Sophie, no engine is as splendid as me.
James, can you shut the fuck up?
Rosie huffed into the quarry with the trucks. Thomas was waiting for her. Hello, Rosie. Thanks for bringing those trucks. Kinda difficult to load trucks with stone when there are no trucks to load. Rosie chuckled, but Thomas could see she was a little frustrated. Rosie, what's wrong?
It's Dennis. He seems to never pull his weight.
Yeah, that's Dennis for you. On his first day, he kept trying to get me to do all his work. I thought he had changed his ways, but apparently not.
How did you deal with him?
I didn't.
Well, that's helpful. Not really. Do you have some actual advice?
Well, you could try and fight fire with fire.
What do you mean?
Well, the next time he asks you to do something for him, refuse, or come up with an excuse like he always does.
I'm not gonna stoop that low.
Well, I guess you're out of luck then. Meanwhile, back at Knapford, the yards were in complete chaos. Nothing was getting done, as Dennis was still in the same siding, just sleeping. Dennis, where are my trucks?
I don't know. Probably the siding somewhere.
Well, aren't you going to fetch them for me?
Go do it yourself. I'm busy.
Ah! Henry knew he couldn't afford to have his train be delayed, so he huffed to get his trucks. Dennis, however, went back to sleep. But then he was rudely interrupted by another whistle.
Dennis, where are my coaches?
No need to shout. They're in the carriage shed over there.
Why are they not at the platform? I'm supposed to leave in 5 minutes.
Well, then you better go fetch them.
Oh, this isn't over, you dirty diesel,
said James as he puffed to get his coaches. Dennis once again tried to go to sleep, but was interrupted by the biggest and loudest whistle he had heard all day.
You there, where are my express coaches?
I don't know.
Aren't you the Knapford shunter? You should know where every truck and coach is located. Even I know where my express coaches are.
Well, maybe you should go fetch them, seeing as you actually know where they are.
Well, seeing as you are too incompetent to do your own job, I will. But let this be a reminder. Come on, we mustn't be late. Come on, we mustn't be late.
All right,
Rattled the coaches. Gordon was trying his best to make up for lost time, but it seemed like nothing worked. He puffed back to the sheds, feeling defeated. Well, you're rather late.
You can blame that Dennis. He didn't fetch my coaches for me.
He didn't fetch my trucks.
Or my coaches. We need to pay that engine a lesson.
But how?
Why don't we play his little game ourselves? If he's not going to do any work, why should we?
You mean fight fire with fire?
Exactly. Let's see how he deals with this.
Rosie was puffing back from delivering the empty trucks. As she passed Tidmouth sheds, she saw the 3 big engines, Gordon, Henry and James, sulking in the sheds.
Oh dear, what happened?
It's Dennis. He didn't shunt our trains.
So we had to fetch them ourselves.
To think that Sir Topham Hatt allows him to get away with this behavior. It's
disgraceful.
Disgusting.
Despicable. The big engines felt they had made their point. Rosie was cross. She raced into the yard. She saw Dennis in the very same siding she had left him in.
Dennis!
She whistled. Dennis woke up.
What is it now?
He stopped himself when he saw Rosie staring at him. She did not look happy.
Dennis, you were supposed to shunt trucks in the yard now, but from what I've heard, you've been doing absolutely nothing.
Dennis started to feel a little bad.
I'm sorry, Rosie. I haven't been feeling well, and...
I don't need excuses. I need you to get to work.
Fine. What do you want me to do?
As if right on cue, the yardmaster walked up.
Listen,
James was supposed to take that train of supplies to Crovans Gate, but he's currently sulking in the shed and is refusing to take it. I need one of you to take it instead.
You take that train then. It's the least you can do.
She huffed as she puffed away.
I can be useful.
Dennis didn't often take trucks, so he didn't know how troublesome they could be.
Alright, lads, you know the plan.
Actually, I don't, Scruffy.
John, just shut the fuck up.
Soon, he came to Gordon's Hill. Going up the hill was simple, but Dennis had forgotten to stop and pin his brakes. Their trucks noticed and took their chance. The truck surged forward, pushing Dennis down the hill. Then there was trouble. A sharp bend was right up ahead. Dennis knew he couldn't stop in time.
Oh dear.
Later, Edward arrived with a breakdown crane, and Rosie arrived to take the unhurt trucks to Crovans Gate. Rosie looked at Dennis, who still laid on his side in the bushes.
I'm sorry, Rosie. I really did try.
It's okay, Dennis. Maybe you should learn how to properly handle trucks before you take on any more goods trains.
I promise I'll do better shunting in the yard. I promise I'll be useful.
Okay, Dennis, but you better actually put your words into action.
I will.
I do not like lazy engines on my railway. Because of your unwillingness to cooperate, poor Dennis ended up having a nasty accident. I understand your grievances, Bill Dennis, but I think he learned his lesson, and I expected better from you three.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. After he was repaired, Dennis tried his best to do his work in the yard. He wasn't great, but he tried. Whenever he started slacking off, Rosie quickly reminded him. Eventually, Rosie left the yard to go back and do her old work. Dennis was left to manage the yard on his own. He did so, decently.